Hey guys, Tiffany with another video, and as you guys saw in the title, this is going to be another one of my will I bites or nah videos. I'm not going to go into this whole long intro. I've been doing these videos long enough here on my channel that you guys should know what they are. I also have an entire playlist dedicated to just these videos, so if you guys want to go back, check out some of my thoughts on newer releases, I'll leave a link right up here and you can do that. As always, the makeup company is coming out with more and more products, and I'm just here to give you my little thoughts on whether or not I think it's something we should purchase, pass, buy it, or nah, dump it, or I don't have nothing to match that one, but let's get started. Alright, so first up, ColourPop is jumping on the mystery bag bandwagon because I don't think ColourPop has done a mystery bag before. I'm sure you guys are gonna let me know down below if I'm wrong, but I just don't remember seeing a mystery bag from them. It is supposed to launch on the 21st. I think I saw somewhere where it was supposed to be $50, but I don't know for sure. I really like the packaging of it because I like the animal print. I don't really wear animal print because I feel like it looks cheesy on me, but I do really like animal print. I think this would be really cool if you are someone who does not own a lot of ColourPop. Of course, they don't tell you what's inside. That's the whole point of it being a mystery bag. But for some reason, I just feel like this will probably be full of products that I already own. Or this could be a way of them to get rid of those jelly eyeshadows, because I don't really think nobody was buying those. I just feel like for me, this is an easy pass because you may get like one or two good things, but my anxiety level is too high for mystery bags. Like, I need to know what's inside. If I'm gonna spend my money, I need to know what's inside, and clearly they're not gonna tell you what's inside. You probably have to like wait for people to do videos and things like that. So it's just gonna be a no for me. I own a lot of ColourPop products and I don't want to spend my money just to get repeat shades. Like, that defeats the purpose. So I think if you are someone who has not really, you know, dove into just ColourPop brand as a whole, this would be a nice little starter bag. But if it's like complexion products, are they gonna give you a questionnaire to find out like what my anxiety level? It's just a no for me. L'Oreal has come out with some new concealers. These are the Infallible Wear waterproof concealers. So they are adding to the Infallible line. You know, they had already came out with the I think those in the skinny ones, those were Infallible as well. Those are supposed to be like a cheaper dupe for the NARS Radiant Creamy Concealers. So they're now coming out with Infallible Wear waterproof concealers. They are supposed to be running you around $12.99, but you know, when it comes to drugstore, I feel like if you go to Walmart, the price is always cheaper. If it's like $12 at CVS, it's probably going to be around $10 at Walmart. So that's definitely something to keep in mind. It says it's an extra large applicator to provide maximum coverage with each stroke, and it is supposed to be a flawless matte finish. One thing I am realizing as I get older and my skin gets more mature, don't y'all come tell me, oh my god, Tiffany, you look so young. Listen, my skin is aging, okay? I feel like I don't really like matte concealers underneath the eye as much as I used to. I find myself going towards more of a creamier consistency and then setting it with the powder. But to put on a matte concealer and then set it, like, my under eyes are starting to be a lot more drier than they used to be. So because this is a flawless matte finish, I'm not sure if I'll get it. If anything, I may get it if pretty much a lot of you guys want to see it and you want me to test it out. I'll probably bite the bullet and get it. But just on its own, I think this is something that I would pass just because I'm not really into the whole like super matte under eye like I used to be. So Too Faced, the brand I love to hate to love, is teaming up with a new celebrity and bringing us a collection that is going to be called the Pretty Mess collection. Haven't really seen anything as far as what's going to be behind the collection, but I thought it was so funny when I saw the post on this on their social media. A lot of people was like, okay, who is this? I thought that was so funny. I'm like, okay, now y'all been telling Too Faced, you need to collaborate with some new faces. Too Faced come out with a new face and we don't even know who she is. Alright, that was my laugh for the day. Now, I have a guilty pleasure of watching Housewives, so I know who she is. Her name is it Jessica? Oh Lord, what's the lady name? I remember she was on, is her name Yolanda? No, she's not Yolanda. Whatever, child. She was on one of the Housewives franchise. She's married to like a real old guy. He's a lot older than her, and I think he's like a celebrity lawyer or attorney or something like that. Child, she sings. She does a lot of like drag shows. That's all I ever really saw her performing at. So she's a singer, but she does a lot of like drag shows. I don't think she does anything else. I'm not really sure, but I remember her from that, so I do know who she is. And also the Shoe Dazzle commercial, you know, the Shoe Dazzle with the lady singing and she's walk around with different pair of shoes. That's her. Yeah, y'all probably like, nope, still don't know her. Anyway, I can tell Erica, what's her name, Erica? Lord, it's gonna haunt me, but I do know she was from the Real Housewives. The one thing I will say, she seemed to have a really fun personality. Like, what did I just say? Personality. While everyone else was a little stuck up on her season, like she had a real fun personality. So I think the collection will probably be fun. She's mature. She don't really act her age. I could tell she tries to act younger than what she is, but she is more mature. So that could be a good thing. Maybe they are coming out with a more mature collection, because I mean, you know, we're all getting older, so that, I don't know, I'm gonna have to see it. It's probably gonna be a pretty mess, a pretty hot mess, and I'm probably gonna skip on it. I don't see this coming out with too much that's gonna work for me. But I am interested to see what the collection is going to be about. So Lime Crime has come out with a new palette, and I know a lot of people don't do Lime Crime. Lime Crime has like a really crappy past. I have not purchased anything from Lime Crime in a really long time, especially after I kind of read up on the brand and the owner myself. I do think someone told me that it's now owned by or she sold the company. What was her name? Dodier or something like that. She sold the company. I don't really know. I know that they do sell Lime Crime at Ulta now, but I guess in a sense though, you're really still giving money to the brand, so it still kind of defeats the purpose. But they've come out with a Venus XL2 palette. You guys remember they came out with the Venus XL. It had a lot more like cranberry, mauve-y type of shades. I didn't pick it up, but I did think that the color scheme of that palette was nice. So they've come out with the XL2. It has 18 shades and 4 different finishes. You know, the funny thing, like I saw this when they first released the promo pictures. I thought the packaging was really cute. For some reason, I thought it was going to be like a lot of oranges and like some peachy shades or whatever. But then when we saw the inside of the palette, I was a little bit underwhelmed. And then when I saw swatches, I was a lot bit underwhelmed. I felt like a lot of the swatches were kind of looking like each other. There was not a lot of variety in the palette. I don't know how much the palette is. I have not seen a price, but it's probably going to be the same price that their palettes normally are. But I don't know, I just feel like they kind of dropped the ball on the release of this. Everything just kind of looks like each other. There's really not a lot of variety. Like the swatches are doing this palette no justice. Maybe it looks different in person, but to me this is really like an easy pass. I don't feel like it's something that would add to anything in my collection, and I also don't feel like I'm missing out by not picking it up. So it's a no. Kylie Cosmetics, Lil Kylie is coming out with some new products. There is new blushes, new bronzers, and something called highlights. I don't know what those are. I think they're supposed to be highlighters. They're called highlights. There's new formula. There's like 18 total shades. And you guys already know how I feel. I am not giving any money towards Little Stormy's to education. So I'm not big on picking up anything from the Kardashians or the Jenners. But also just looking at the colors, I don't know, just like looking at them, the highlighters all kind of look like maybe they would look great for those of you with like medium to light skin tones. I feel like the deeper you go, the highlighters are just going to start to look a little ashy. I don't know, those bronzers, I'm not really liking the undertone of the bronzers. And again, the blushes all look kind of light. It looks like a light ice cream sundae just based off the picture, and it's just, it's not really anything I feel like I need, so nah. So something that I thought was really interesting, Melt Cosmetics has released a new melt stack. It is their first split pan melt stack. Now I only have one of the Melt Cosmetics melt stacks. There was another one that I wanted, but I remember when it first came out, it was like constantly sold out. It's probably available now, but like once I'm over a release, I'm over it. I don't care how many times you come back with it in stock. If I had to fight to try and get it the first time, I'm just no longer into it. But this is called the Melt Blueprint eyeshadow stack. It is $48. I think the packaging of it is limited edition, but it is going to be a part of their permanent stacks. And like I said, it's their first split pans, and I don't know, I think the colors are actually really nice. There is King Stud, which is the sapphire metallic shade, and the dazzling blue. There's a bronze gold shimmer, the matte mahogany. There is a celestial baby blue shimmer. There's just a lot, okay? There's basically just a lot. And I think the colors are really nice. The one thing that is pushing me away from wanting to purchase this, you guys know I don't do color often. When I do, it's usually a blue or a green, or like some sort of red cranberry-ish. But I feel like that leans more towards natural. But I think it's usually a pop of blue, a pop of green, or like a turquoisey, like what I got going on today. So I do think the colors are nice, and they are something that I would actually pick up and wear. But it's the fact that it is a split pan that is driving me insane. I don't like split pans on majority of my products. I just feel like that is going to cause it to be super messy. Now the pan is split by metal, and I think that probably would make it a little bit easier to kind of, you know, dig into without it shifting over to the next shade. But at the same time, I feel like at some point it is going to shift over to the next shade, and that's one thing I would definitely worry about. So I'm not as keen to pick this up, but I do like the concept. I do love the colors. I just, again, it's my anxiety level. My anxiety level is like, don't do it. Don't do it. So it's probably going to be a no for me. No, I'm going to give it a question mark. We'll see. I wish I could see this in store, but we'll see. So ColourPop released a new palette. It's called the It's My Pleasure palette. $12. It's one of their $12 palettes with 9 shades. I have quite a few of the ColourPop $12 like 9-pan palettes, and I really love each one that I have. So although the pans are kind of small, I really do feel like you get some good bang for your buck. Looking at the swatches, I kind of think this is a really pretty palette. I put a picture up on Snapchat and everybody was kind of like, nah Tiff, nah, it's a pass for me. And I don't know, purple is not in my pops of color range. Like, I don't do a lot of purple, but I do think the swatches of this are really pretty. This year I'm trying to be a lot more selective in what I pick up. I feel like last year I just went crazy, I balled out and you know, this year you got Trump that's, you know, canceling jobs and building a wall, and I just feel like I have to be a lot more selective in what I purchase. So I do think this is really pretty, but then I have to kind of ask myself, okay Tiff, are you going to get good use out of it? And I don't think I will. I think it'll just kind of sit over there along with everything else, and for that fact it's going to be a no for me. But I do think the colors are really pretty, and if you are someone who likes purple, I think this is a good way to go because it is really affordable. Like, it's not going to hurt your pockets too much if you pick this one up. So I do think it's a good pickup, but I just don't think right now it's for me. So Casey Holmes and Physicians Formula teamed up. They came out with a collection, the Casey Holmes Butter collection. There was a bronzer, a blush, a highlighter, and some eyeshadows. There's also a lip cream and a perfume. Well, that's new. You don't see many collections where there's a perfume included. I'll be honest, I probably haven't watched Casey Holmes since when I first started watching YouTube. I used to watch her all the time, but since then I haven't really watched her. But I've always thought she was a really sweet person. Like, she didn't come off as one of those, you know, super big-headed YouTubers back in the day, you know what I mean? I am really happy for her. I'm happy every time I see YouTubers who get some type of collaboration deal. It definitely gives me hope that one day I too will have one of those. But I don't think that this collection is for me. I don't think this is for those of us who have deeper skin tone. That bronzer would not be a bronzer. It'll probably just be like an ash streak. That highlighter looks pretty ashy, if we're being honest. The blush, I probably could make work on my skin tone. I don't know if too many deeper skin tones could. And of course, I more than likely could make the eyeshadows work. But I just, again, it's one of those things where I have to be really selective, and I don't want to have to keep saying, oh, well, I can make it work, I can make it work. Like, I want it to work out the gate. So I think, again, depending on your skin tone, this will probably be amazing. I've heard a lot of people say really great things about the Physicians like Butter Formula. And like I said, I think that is really cool to have a perfume in there. But just overall, it's not a collection for my melanin, so it's going to have to be a no. So Maybelline has teamed up with Puma, the shoe company, like the shoe clothing company Puma. I don't think that's something that you see a lot. Well, you do have Fenty or Rihanna, and she teamed up with Puma, but it wasn't like makeup related. But you don't really see a lot of like makeup and like clothing, athletic type thing deals going on. So first off, I think that's really cool for Maybelline to do that. This collection is not necessarily in the US yet, but I think there are other countries that it's already released to. They are coming out with a highlighter called Knockout. I don't know. I think if this is anything like their molten gold highlighters, I would pick it up. It's a chrome highlight. So when it says chrome, I'm thinking it's going to be blinding. And you guys know your girl loves to glow, okay? I love a good glow. It's no secret. So I think, first of all, I'm really interested in the highlighter. Like, I think from the swatch, the highlighter looks super interesting. But they're also coming out with liquid lipsticks. I feel like the liquid lipsticks for me could be a pass. The shades don't necessarily look anything new. They're their matte ink formula, and I feel like their matte inks was kind of a hit or miss. There were some that were good, but there were some that were duds, and I don't have time to try and figure out which is which with this collection. But let's talk about these eye duo sticks. I'm really interested in those. I think it's really funny that Huda Beauty just came out with some. They had pretty good reviews, I will say, but they were kind of expensive, and I'm like, yeah, I'm not picking those up because I'm not going to use them that much. But then I see these that Puma came out with, and I think they're really cool, and they're clearly going to be cheaper than what the Huda Beauty are. And there is this brown and like bronzy one that looks like it has my name all over it, and if I don't pick up anything else, I really want to get that to just kind of test it out. I think the colors are gorgeous. I love the fact that they have like a cranberry and a black. I think that's amazing. Those are two shades I definitely would use. So this one is definitely not a no for me. It's not a yes to everything, but I am really curious to see this in stores because I think I probably would pick up a few pieces. And then finally, there is a company that I'm really unfamiliar with. I don't know anything about them. They are in Sephora, so that's interesting. Usually I feel like, you know, Sephora doesn't put too many crappy brands in their stores. It's called Kasha Beauty. I hope I'm saying that right. K-A-J-A Beauty. They have come out with something called a Roller Glow, and it's a roll-on highlighting balm. It is said to have a prismatic iridescent finish infused with pink ruby smooth balm finishes for a lightweight powder, and of course a really fun applicator. So it basically looks like a little paint roller, and there's a highlighter. It's more of a balm. I'm not a fan of balms just off the top. Like, they never really sit right on my face, so I'm just generally not a fan. But I think this is so gimmicky. This is just like one of those things that we don't need. You know what I mean? Like, I think it's, you know, okay, cute. It's cute for like Claire's. It's like Claire's type of cute. It's not Sephora type of cute. I don't know. It's $28. Girl, it's $28 for this little roll-on paint bomb. Definitely no. And you guys know I love a good highlighter, but I just feel like this is so pointless. Like, who sent you? Who sent you Kasha Beauty with this roller glow? Child, no. That was easy. I feel like I don't need most of the new releases that are coming out, which is great for my pockets. Let me know what you guys think of the video. Let me know what you think of the products I showed. Are these things that you're like, no Tiff, I think you're wrong. I think I definitely want to pick it up. Let me know down below. Or if you're like, yeah Tiff, you're right and we don't need that, let's save a few coins. Let me know that down below as well, and anything else that you guys want to tell me, because I say all the time I love and appreciate your feedback, so keep it coming. Definitely make sure you're subscribed, continue to share the videos and all that other good stuff because I love it. And until next time, bye YouTube.